And then the last thing that happened was like a friend of mine got killed in a drink driving accident, and like he was in, his mate was driving, you know, hit a tree and all that. Yeah, he was a really inspirational person. Really like kind of made the most of his life. You know, he died when he was like 22, but
You didn't think he deserved it?
he didn't deserve it. But well, it's not that. Like he could have easily been driving the car too. No one really blamed the driver because it could have been either one of them.
I get you. I know what you mean. Like, yeah, drink driving is bad, but it's like with the culture that we're living in, it's like if we stop drink driving and we all look around each other, we're like, yeah, man, he got hit, but you were driving last night and drinking. You didn't get hit or anything, but I was as well. We all were. Yeah. So we were just all sad and, oh, wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it made me, like, he lived his life to the fullest. And it made me think, you know, have I done that? Could I do that?
Yeah.
And yeah, I figured I can do that. So, you know, rather than being depressed and, you know, doing all these drugs and shit and living a life I'm not proud of, I could, you know,
do the exact opposite of that. Especially when you've tasted the fruit of what good feels like. You know, like, oh, I love, like, after hearing that story in Indonesia and connecting with this, I love what you did for yourself when you went to Indonesia the first time. And I love that the story isn't like, hey, I went to Indonesia, came back, discovered myself, let's have a little... No, I came back and it was fucking worse.
It was fucked.
I spun out. I had something good and it showed me like life can be a good thing, and I did the exact opposite of it. Because, hey, motherfucker, that's sometimes what it takes. It takes me having... Like, they go, why are you like this? All these good things are happening. You don't understand. Fuck.
Yeah, it was gnarly.
Those three things. I had so many questions, but like I couldn't want to stop you because it was great. No, it's fuck. Because that life, you know, yeah. Because you get in, and I can't. Damn, I'm just thankful. You know, I'm thankful. Like I've got you here today, man. Like,
thank you, man. Yeah.
Because before I heard this story, when we talk about the things that you have been able to achieve as a result of. I mean, no offense, but you haven't really done anything much. You've just done what we all should be doing. Like we should all live that fullest to our life, extract as much as we can, get into those passions and things we want to do, live out of a fucking van. I think that's what we're gonna move in next. With I wanted to point on that though, that whole relationship you had with us. I watched, or I heard like all your friendships and stuff, the deterioration on that. Because I'm thinking best friend, or really close friend, and I'm glad you guys are still friends. You punched him in the face, and then the other friend who went AWOL. Obviously, I don't know how close you guys are, but I'm thinking if it was me, it was a friend I wasn't too close with. Yeah, great, go AWOL, man. I don't really care. But it's sad. It's like
it is.
I've known you from when we were not this old, and now you're gone because you're in a very bad situation.
Yeah.
And then finally, that third one that you told me about, sometimes I ask people my age, I'm like, have you ever had like you lost someone? Like, because for me, I haven't lost anyone my age yet. I have. There's a guy who used to give me crap back in high school. He committed suicide. Well, that's never a very good thing. But I can't say I was his friend or anything. There was a disconnect. But I haven't had a like that. You know. Yeah. What does that do to you? Is like, well, not. What does it do? Like, obviously you saw that and it was the catalyst to you starting things good for you. But inside. You know, like I can tell you how I feel as someone who's never lost anyone, and who thinks about it. I'm just thinking about, because one day anything can happen. My other friend who's in my age as well, who I knew when we were both, wearing much smaller size clothes, just something might happen and they want me around. I don't know how I'll process that.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's quite devastating as well. I mean, I was going to say I was lucky, but he wasn't a close friend of mine. I had my group of best mates, like 3 best mates, and he was their kind of best mate that they'd grown up with. So, like, I was friends with him, but it wasn't a very...
You cared.
Yeah, I cared about him, but it wasn't too close a relationship. So I was kind of like a spectator, I guess.
You got
which in some ways, it's not worse, but like, you just see the effect that he had on so many people's lives, and
to witness devastation. As a spectator, you had to carry the burden of witnessing devastation from the outside.
It fractured so many things, like friendships broke up,
of course,
people moved away. The effect was profound, and even seeing my close friends, every time like we'd go out afterwards, to the pub or whatever. We'd just be hanging out, having a normal conversation. You'd have a few seconds of silence, and then everybody starts crying. And that would happen for months, because people just don't get over it.
Yeah, it's
fair enough. Because when somebody dies and they're young, the thing is, when somebody dies when they're older, they've lived their life and you know what they've done. But when someone's young, you can speculate on what you think they could have done. No, also what they have done. Yeah, that's great.
Or what they wanted to do. How about that? Like you know this person wanted to do all these things, and they can't tell you like, bro, it sucks I can't do them, but you can say, bro, it sucks you can't do them. Yeah,
there's so much potential, and you can. I feel like maybe people look at it with rose-tinted glasses a bit, but it's still true. Yeah. But that's what really hurts. What could have happened?
I feel like that thing you just told me then, it has so much link to how you decided, like, let me make the most of my life and go and do these things. Real morbid question right now. Obviously, none of us want to die anytime soon. We've got so many things that we want to do. And if you or I died right now, we would be in a state of, fuck, there was so much more we could have done, eh?
It'd be really awkward too, if that happened right now.
Oh, right now we both died? Yeah, because someone would have to... This wouldn't get uploaded. Shit. But my thing is, with everything you've done so far, would you say if you died tomorrow, like at least I died doing it right?
Oh, I've had that question before. I'd say yes.
Good. I want to say yes too.
Yeah.
Like that idea that, oh no, I know I want to see so much more. If I died now, it'd be a waste. I'm 20 something. Like I got so much to do. But at the very least, I'd rather die like this, where like I have done stuff, a lot of stuff that I'm completed and proud of. And this is when I say I'm talking about you and me.
Yeah.
You can look back on all the travels you've done, the things you've achieved for yourself. I've seen that van, man. That van is phenomenal.
Thanks, dude.
And then for me, I can feel that same way too. Like, okay, if it switched off right now, I've got a whole lot of fun. I feel good. Yeah. As opposed to when it switched off and you're in that period, like the worst off period of your life. Nothing's progressing, and I always feel like I have nothing to be proud of. And you're going to switch me off now? What I'm going to be remembered for? This?
Yeah.
That's the thing. It's what you're remembered for too. Yeah, man, I'd love to be remembered for, like, he came, like, at least, and it's about the people who care about you and how they remember you, I think. I think you can attest to that. Like, if it was me, my friends in Vietnam be like, oh, wow, we miss Simon. I remember back when he came back to Vietnam and made a whole journey through Vietnam. That's great of him.
Yeah.
And for you, for at least, obviously the public doesn't know you as well as you know you, but on the surface be like, oh, Kieran, we knew, like, he was really into surfing and he went all over, like, really took the fucking life by the reins and like, let me do this thing I want to do. I love that. There's no mosquito. I can't. There's no mosquito.